SVL Free News and Views for Friday, June 21st. Summer is upon us here. I'm at the park at Martin Luther King Park. What a great space to come experience the outdoors here in downtown Statesville, here at Martin Luther King Park. As you can see around, great place to come to have a picnic, to stroll, to see the ducks, and just to experience the outdoors here in downtown Statesville. Okay, first of all, before we get started, let's thank all of our sponsors: Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fields, Key to Escape, the Escape Room, and Statesville Family YMCA. Okay, I want to also thank one of our major sponsors, Key to Escape. This past Father's Day, I went to do the escape room under pressure, and it was a fabulous experience. If you've not done this escape room here in downtown Statesville, go over to Key Escape, support those folks here who've created 3 original rooms, and it's an experience you don't want to miss here in downtown Statesville. I want to thank Key to Escape for that. Okay, one reason I'm here at the park, I want to talk about, of course, this is a park here in downtown Statesville, but on today's show we're going to talk about a park on a bigger scale, Yellowstone Park, a national park. We have some folks, Parks Collins with Mitchell College goes every year along with Bill Day. They go to Yellowstone Park. They lead a group there to take them to experience the behind the scenes there at Yellowstone. They've written a book called Unlimited Value, and Unlimited Value talks about what they've experienced at Yellowstone. I want to sit down with Parks Collins today, talk about this experience and how maybe you can sign up for a future trip to Yellowstone and what you can learn about this national treasure in Yellowstone Park. But also want to remind you, if you haven't done it yet, to go to svlfreenews.com and sign up for your email edition, which comes out every morning at 5 a.m. SVL Free News, always local, always free. So let's go to Parks Collins and learn about their Project Yellowstone in a conjunction with Mitchell College and their book Unlimited Value. Hey everybody, I'm here at Mitchell College with Parks Collins. Parks Collins, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And in the intro I talked about Project Yellowstone in conjunction with Mitchell College. So Parks here has led a group here, I believe he told me, for the last 10 years. So Parks, talk about Project Yellowstone. How did it get started?
Well, Project Yellowstone started at Statesville High School, and so we had been fortunate enough to have some grant money, and we were able to take Statesville High School students for the first 3 years, and they were able to go for free, so they were fully funded. And then kind of as I transitioned to work here at Mitchell, we were able to incorporate college students and then also just people from the community who can go and pay their way. So now it's offered through our continuing education department.
So what is the goal of Project Yellowstone?
Well, the goal is there are a couple goals. One goal is to make science relevant, and then also to allow participants the opportunity to do real research, to experience science in a place like Yellowstone, the ultimate outdoor classroom. And then so kind of the idea behind it is for people to understand science and some of these biological concepts so that they can appreciate it, so that can eventually lead to conservation.
And that leads to a book. Bill Day, a good friend of mine, Bill Day, a Little Toe and Frankie show, Bill Day has been with you like the last 8 years, and you together have written a book called Unlimited Value. And in many respects, Yellowstone is something very, very special. It's one of the most diverse parks in all of the United States, I would think.
Well, it is, and that's true, and that's why that name for that book was taken from it was a quote from a guy in the early 1900s who talked about the park. And sure, there are lots of places outdoors, even here in Statesville, city parks you can get out. We like Yellowstone because it allows us the opportunity to talk about a lot of different fields: geology, wildlife biology, conservation issues. And it's just a chance to get away and to see our first national park.
Okay, we'll show a few pictures here, and you and I talked about this. So I'm gonna start with the first picture, and this is Yellowstone was created in 1872, and this is the traditional entrance here for Yellowstone. So talk about this. Is called the Roosevelt Arch? Is that right?
That's right. So we drive in and stay in Gardner, Montana, which is just right here where this entrance is. This is the northern entrance of the park. Right. And so this was dedicated in the early 1900s by Teddy Roosevelt. But yeah, it's kind of what you see on postcards.
Right.
Marks the entrance.
Because Teddy Roosevelt was a big advocate of the outdoors. He was one of our most environmentally
That's true.
friendly
That's
presidents
true.
we've ever had. Okay, there's Bill Day, your co-author.
That's Bill. Bill is teaching here about mule deer and white-tailed deer and some of the differences as far as their habitat overlap. So this is the first stop we usually make. This is at a rest area in Montana on the way into the park.
So you're not really in the park yet?
Not really in the park, but we're in what's called the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem.
Okay.
So
Okay, now this next picture, where is this?
this is just inside that arch. This is at Mammoth Hot Springs. So you see in the background there what look like staircases.
Right.
Those are called terraces, terrace formations made out of a material called travertine, so these are some hot spring areas that we get a chance to see, unlike anything else we have really here in North America.
Okay, now this is a famous picture. This is now what are we looking at right here?
This used to be a geyser, so think Old Faithful. Then it blew itself up, so now it's a hot spring. But it's called Grand Prismatic.
Okay.
And so we can take a little hike on the hill and get that view there. But those different colors are caused by all the different little microbes that live in each of those layers.
So the water is very hot down there.
It's pretty hot, yeah, right in the middle, especially where you see the blue.
Okay. And of course, one of the marquee things of Yellowstone is the diversity of wildlife. So here we see this is a black bear.
That is a black bear. That's correct. We saw, oh gosh, maybe 20 black bears.
Okay.
Now tell me what that next bear is.
Is that a brown bear, or is this a bear here?
That is a bear. That's a cinnamon colored black bear.
Oh,
so that's also a black bear.
Okay.
Just
It's a black bear,
different
but it's
color.
cinnamon colored.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay, very good. Now here you're having a kind of an outdoor classroom. I see Bill down there.
Yeah. So what we do is the participants all get assigned an expert topic where they have to research and be prepared to give a 4 to 5 minute talk. And so this is one of our participants giving a talk just in the middle of a hike on pronghorn.
Excellent. And here we have this is like some birds, or
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in this picture. What we found this year, there were lots of wildlife just that we were able to view right on the side of the road, and it's mainly because of these carcasses. So you can see the carcass here, which looks like a bison calf,
right.
but we have a golden eagle on top of that carcass,
Wow.
and then we have a raven trying to act like a bully and run that eagle off. So you can kind of see the size difference in those two
Wow,
birds.
and that's amazing. That's amazing there. Okay, this next picture here, some folks are enjoying the cool water after walking a lot. And
Yeah,
there's
Brian, so we have what's called the annual foot soaking contest. You'd probably get into this, where we just put the water was reading 42 degrees. So we put our feet in there and see who can stand the longest.
Stand the longest.
So Bill is the 8-time returning champ.
Okay,
though.
we'll have to give him a kudos for that. Okay, now we go down here, and here's a moose.
This is a moose that we were hiking with a friend of ours who lives out there, and we hiked up on this bull moose here, which is something you really don't want to see that close up. So we backed away slowly and kind of went around it. But yeah, beautiful creature.
I mean, you can get the sense that this animal probably weighs what? Several hundred pounds.
A bunch.
I mean,
Yeah.
it can easily run you over.
And they're fast, right?
Okay. Here's another bear. Now this is
Now what are we going there?
this not a brown bear either?
That's another black bear.
Another black
right?
bear, but it
Another
looks cinnamon.
It's a cinnamon colored black bear. Yeah.
Okay, all right, there you go. Oh, very good. Now this bird I was very fascinated with. What kind of bird?
This is the peregrine falcon,
Okay.
which is an extremely fast bird. Just kind of sitting on the fence post here, watching other birds go by.
Now this one looks like what is this? Like a jackal or?
That's a fox.
Fox.
So it's a subspecies called a mountain fox. So basically similar to our red fox here. If you think about it, foxes with coyotes and wolves in the area, it's got to be a hard life as a fox.
Right. And here you can actually see folks out there they're in the field doing shooting pictures, but here's the wildlife.
So this is funny. I guess they were following this wolf. He had moved across the valley, and then he came down in this little draw. We were able to see him, but they were still searching. I thought that was a funny shot.
It is great. That's great. Okay, now this picture here, what is this mountain?
So we drove up into the Beartooth Mountains, which are northeastern part of the park, very high altitude mountains. This is just an old type of rock from the Precambrian area, but you can see that's a frozen lake So still pretty cold temperatures there.
So even with global warming, it's still frozen.
There are parts that still freeze.
but
right?
but may not be for long.
That's correct.
Okay. Now here's some of the folks that are taking notes. Or are they making pictures?
They're taking a test.
Okay.
So this is kind of our final assessment. This was the last day of the trip. And so they're sitting on rocks by the Gardner River taking an assessment.
Okay, very good. And I love this picture. We ended up here. This is an owl. Now, is this an owl that we would see here in our area? Or is
We do see these. These are great horned owls. So we have those here in Iredell County.
So this is a great way. And I like what you said a while ago. Even though you went to the marquee National Park, Yellowstone, there's still ways to experience the outdoors here in Statesville. I did the opening down at Martin Luther King Park here in downtown Statesville. And there's a lot to see right there.
There's a lot.
A lot. Okay, so if somebody wants to sign up now, is next year already full?
Next year is not. So the best way, we'll have the dates out probably by the end of August.
Okay.
But the best way to let me know is just to get in contact with me by email. And you can visit the project webpage that we'll put up.
Okay, so we'll put the email here when I put your name out there. So contact Parks Collins to see about, and also go out and support Bill Day and Parks Collins with their book Unlimited Value. You can buy that on Amazon.
You can. Right.
All right, so thank you. Published authors right here in Statesville,
No.
and we want to thank you for all you do. And we'll thank Mitchell College. Mitchell College is one of our sponsors, and you know they offer so much. We are so blessed to have Mitchell here as one of our sponsors.
Big supporters.
Okay, so Bill, sorry you couldn't make it, but we'll do a big shout out for you, and look forward to hearing about your trip next year. And if you have an interest, go sign up today, and then also apply for a scholarship.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, Parks, thank you, and have a great summer.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.